Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Simply Nourish YouTube channel. I'm Danielle Zeese. I'm a holistic nutritionist living right now in Seoul, Korea. And if this is your first time here, I'm all about just giving you applicable, realistic health tips that help you manage stress and feel like the most ultimate version of yourself. So if you watch my videos regularly, you might know that in October, I decided to partake in a Whole30 challenge with some of my colleagues. So Whole30 is an elimination style diet. I'll link to my first video below because I share a little bit more about what the Whole30 diet is there. But essentially it's an elimination diet where you remove the foods that are typically problematic foods for a lot of people, and you kind of set a new baseline of how you feel without those foods in your diet. So today I'm officially on my last day. So starting tomorrow I can start introducing really slowly some of those foods back in, see how you feel and how those foods react with your body as you bring them back in. So it gives you a new sense of awareness of how those foods sit with you, which I think benefits everybody. It's just empowering stuff to know. So yeah, there are more extreme versions of this diet out there. I didn't really feel called to do one of those right now, but this was an awesome way to kind of re-spark my inspiration in the kitchen, kind of get me through a little bit of a slump that I had been going through where I just wasn't feeling very motivated and just didn't feel like my normal energized self. And I can definitely say that coming out of this experience, I've been eating so well, so much variety. I've really been playing in the kitchen because I'm not the type of person who likes to eat the same thing over and over. So I'm pretty impressed with some of the stuff I was able to come up with kind of a limited kitchen, as you're gonna see today, and limited resources, because it's not like I'm home in Toronto, Canada, where I'm from, where I can go to Whole Foods and find so many things that I know would be Whole30 compliant. It was a bit more challenging because I don't speak Korean fluently, and there's a lot of sneaky soy and a lot of sneaky additives in the stuff that you buy here. So I was just really focusing on simple whole foods and cooking them really simply in my simple kitchen. I don't have tons of stuff here. Not interested in accumulating a bunch of stuff like an Instant Pot or a crock pot or a super good blender, food processor, or anything like that, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. So I thought it would be really cool to show you guys what a day in the life of Whole30 looks like. As you guys know, I am a nutritionist, so I do know a thing or two about keeping things balanced. So you can rest assured that I am getting my macros in and eating enough, and that my meals are actually balanced in a healthy way, because I think it is easy when you go out and do something like this to fill up on different types of sugar or different types of carbs. But I think it's always good to stay mindful of your portions and the balance that you're putting in your body and the balance that you have on your plate at each meal. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that today. You guys are going to notice that I wasn't eating like a traditional Korean diet. Today was a busy work day for me, so I was out and about and I wanted things to be quick, delicious, and simple. So that was my standard. That's what I went for today, and I'm going to show you how I did that starting now. So the school that I work at is actually really close to my house. So I'm walking home now. I'm gonna make lunch. It's chilly today. Throughout the Whole30, I've been having a lot of smoothie bowls and smoothies just because that's easy to whip up at lunch and doesn't take a lot of time. But today is cold and I want something a little bit more cozy. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna make. And it's gonna be simple as heck because that's how I roll on work days. Okay guys, it's dinner time. It's been a long day. It's probably around getting close to 7 p.m. I'm hungry. It's cold outside. It's cold in here. It's one of those nights I'm thinking like, should I turn the heat on? So I'm gonna make some soup. And this is just kind of like a standard soup that I make a lot. And I'm gonna start, this time I'm making it with chicken. So this looks nasty. I hate raw meat, so I literally let this thaw. And then I cut it up into bite-sized pieces with scissors because I don't like to touch it. And I'm just gonna pan fry it with, I have like a little frozen jalapeno, little frozen ginger, a little frozen garlic, and I'm gonna chop up these mushrooms, these king oyster mushrooms, and get that going, and that is gonna form a really flavorful base for my soup. So let's do this. One thing that you might be interested to know about cooking in Korea is that you just can't go to your stove and turn the gas on. First of all, look at my stove. It's portable. It's a portable stove. And well, actually it's not portable because it's connected to the gas, which is what I wanted to say is you just can't go and turn your stove on any old time. You have to turn the gas on first. So, gas is on and I'm ready to cook some chicken. Okay guys, so my chicken is going. I threw it in the pan with those mushrooms, with the peppers, with the ginger, with the garlic, a little bit of turmeric. And while that gets going now, I'm just going to do a little rough chop with some veggies. I've got some zucchini, I've got some carrot. I'm just going to use a bit. I'm going to throw it in the pan with the chicken. And when things start to look like squishy, like they're starting to get cooked, I'm just going to add the broth and let it simmer. And the cool thing about that is like the more you let it simmer, the more flavor is going to build. So I'm not too concerned with timing tonight. As long as the chicken's cooked, I'm happy. But the more patient I am, the more delicious my soup's gonna be. Let's chop these veggies and see what happens. Okay, so I just sampled it, and it's actually super flavorful. I don't need really to add many seasonings. The peppers in there are pretty spicy, so it's got a bit of a kick. So I'm just gonna give this a couple more minutes, which is great because it hasn't been simmering too long even, but I'm just feeling hungry, so we're gonna get this show on the road. But before I do that, I might separate some out because the Korean food lover in me is like pretty tempted to just throw an egg in there and have it like kind of ramen style with an egg because I think it'd be really delicious. I know that's random, but I'm gonna do it, so I'm gonna separate some out now and finish it off, and then I'll show you the result. Okay, I know this doesn't look like anything special, but the egg is in there, it's simmering, it's super flavorful. I'm basically just gonna let it poach in there, and it's gonna be really good. Okay, so I separated a little bit out. I don't think I'm gonna get quite as many leftovers as I thought, but this will definitely be good for lunch tomorrow. And keep in mind that I'm not having this with any like rice or starchy carbs or noodles or anything like that. So I'm filling up basically on the veggies and the protein and the broth. Super nourishing, super delicious, super excited because leftovers like this get better with time. So you can see now the egg's a bit more egg-like, and that's just gonna keep cooking. So I'm actually gonna just turn off the heat now and let it sit for a sec, and then I'm gonna transfer it. Okay, here is the finished product, guys. You can see that after I separated it out, it was like the perfect amount. It's like the perfect amount to put in a bowl and like move your bowl around. You can see how like yummy that egg looks. The broth is so flavorful. It smells super good. And this is so good for you. There's so much stuff in here that's just awesome for your immune system, packed with antioxidants, so much nutrition. Like, this is a quality dinner, guys. I'm stoked to eat it. I know it's like a little bit more work than just ordering takeout, but honestly, so simple. And once you get in the habit of making stuff like this, it just gets easier and easier. You can get more creative and more creative. So I know it doesn't look the most delicious, but I promise you, it tastes it. Because I already had a bite. I had to. Woo! And now it's dinner time. Oh my god, it's really hot, guys. And it's spicy, but ooh, it's good. It's like salty. Oh my gosh, it's so hot and so spicy. I have to wait. I'm gonna burn my tongue. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this walkthrough of my day today. Don't forget to like it and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. As always, I'll be back with something new for you. See you then.